everybody. Happy Monday. We are having quite the week. It's like old times. Getting ready for Memorial Day weekend. I'm very excited. Today, and also I'm back on a good sleep schedule, and today I got a lot of stuff up. So I was very proud of myself. I did a trailer reaction, which I broke the news that it was debuting. I was very happy. That was a scary 24 hours. It's tough to make a call like that. Then I did the breakdown, got into a fight with some people who are Marvel fans. Then I was able to do the Willy Wonka video, and now I'm doing a live stream. Oh my God. Let's see if I can keep this up for the rest of the week. Tomorrow is Gunpowder Milkshake and Last Night in Soho trailer reactions. Then I'll be preparing my Cruella review for the 9 a.m. embargo on Wednesday. I have a Sweet Tooth review this week. I have some other surprises for you. There's so much stuff, I can't believe it. And then on Sunday, we're going to do our watch-along party for Cruella. And we're going to have such a good time. I do deserve a cookie, Lisa. I would love a cookie. I'm very excited for our watch-along party on Sunday. It's Sunday at 5:30 at 7 p.m. You have to have your own copy to watch along. I got some popcorn that has chocolate and white chocolate drizzle on it, so it's black and white. And I'm curious to what you guys are getting. Might I recommend a black and white cookie? That's perfect for Cruella because it's split right down the middle, just like she is. I'm very excited to discuss that movie with you. And my spoiler review, of course, will go up at the end of the week as well. So lots of stuff happening. Very excited. My Cruella spoiler review will actually go up on Thursday night because, and Oreo is a great idea, Keith. Delicious. Carter had the same idea. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining. You guys making me feel like I should have Oreos, but I already did a lot of food deliveries yesterday. I'm not ordering any more food. Let's see here. So I saw some JKD 1987. Thank you for joining. If you join during a live stream, you get a shout out. So anyway, lots of cool stuff happening. I don't see myself doing a Quiet Place 2 spoiler review because it's just a little bit of a smaller movie. All right, so what are we up to today? We've got 3 fantastic stories. And then, of course, as always, you can ask me anything that you would like for the final 10 minutes of the stream. And then I'll do a couple of shout outs. Ivan, I still don't feel comfortable going into stores. I will if there's like nobody in there. I put on a second mask. I carry one in my pocket. So, Chico, will I do a Cruella 2 sequel idea? Maybe I will. Let me put that in my notes. Hold on. Give me a second. I have to see how the Cruella review does if I'm going to do that. Let me make some changes here. 1 second. I have to see if there's enough interest to support that. Watching me make notes. How exciting. All right, so let's get to today's 3 stories of the day. And then again, you can ask me anything you like afterwards. All right, story number 1. Boop. Look at that great picture of Robert Pattinson. I love that picture of him. He looks fantastic there. I like Robert Pattinson. All right, so Robert Pattinson signed a deal today with Warner Brothers. He just signed a deal with Warner Brothers. He signed a first look deal. Now, I've been saying that Robert Pattinson has been following the career of Leonardo DiCaprio. And Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, not only was able to transition from a heartthrob in Titanic to a serious actor, now with an Oscar, took him a long time, but still. Evan, I'll explain what a first look deal is in just a moment. But also, Leonardo DiCaprio produces a lot of stuff for himself and also films that he's not even, personally involved in. He doesn't star in them. So it looks like Robert Pattinson is doing the same thing. So a first look deal. A first look deal is where the studio has the right of first refusal to any ideas you come up with. So anything Robert Pattinson wants to do, he has to run it by Warner Brothers first. And they have the right to say, yes, we would like to make that with you. Or they can say, you know what, it's not really a fit with us, so you can go and shop it around to another studio. So that's what a first look deal is. And what you get for that is not only does the studio know they have a relationship with you, and also it makes it easier for you to get projects going because Warner Brothers wants to work with you. But they will also cover office expenses for him. He can either have an office on the lot, or in some cases they'll pay for him to have an office somewhere else, but they'll cover the expenses of running that office, including rent, supplies, and probably for a few staff members. And then also they'll give him a small amount of money to option material. So if he sees a book that he likes or something, or a story, he can afford to option it via Warner Brothers. So that's what he gets for that deal. Now this is a very, very strong deal. He has a first look for basically anything he wants to do at Warner Brothers. With Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Pictures, Warner Brothers Television, or even HBO Max. Brendan, you do need to have a production company to have a first look deal, and now Robert Pattinson does. You must have a production company to have a first look deal. So Robert Pattinson has started a production company. I'm sure to produce things for himself and also for things that he's just going to produce. So this is a big deal for Robert Pattinson as a talent. It might just be his team that's doing this through him, but who cares? I mean, I think that, it's still an impressive thing that he's the face of. So I told you, first of all, Warner Brothers is very invested in Robert Pattinson. He did a great job in Tenet. I thought he was phenomenal in that film. And he's, of course, the Batman. Now, I told you that I heard that there was tension between him and Matt Reeves on set, to the point that Robert Pattinson's agent was calling around and saying, do you have any work for my client? I don't think he's going to be at Warner Brothers for much longer. Now, I really trust my source on that, so I'm sure it happened, but I think that perhaps the agent was very smart to do that. Word got back to Warner Brothers, and they were like, we want to keep you at the studio. We want to make sure you're happy. Here's a first look deal. It's like the way Paramount, when John Krasinski was like, I'm not getting enough money for A Quiet Place 2 because you're putting it on Paramount Plus 45 days later. And they go, bam, here's a deal. And he goes, okay, I love you guys again. I also think it's a strong signal to Matt Reeves that Robert Pattinson ain't going nowhere, so you better get along with him. And they should. I really don't want to see any more drama at DC, as I told you. I feel like this is a way to maybe avoid another Henry Cavill situation, but I think people like Robert Pattinson. Besides this Batman thing, I think he's pretty much gotten along with everyone. Christopher Nolan really liked him. He's actually the one who suggested him for Batman and talked him up to Warner Brothers after working with him on Tenet. Christopher Nolan even made Robert Pattinson look like him in that movie. That's how much he likes Robert Pattinson. The Safdie brothers really liked him in Good Time. And, on that point, Robert Pattinson said, and Warner Brothers said, that one of the things they love about this partnership is that Robert Pattinson has a great eye for new voices behind the camera, from the Safdie brothers to also Robert Eggers on The Lighthouse. And I think that's very true. Now, again, it might be Robert Pattinson's team that is finding this out, okay? But who cares? Again, as I said, he's the face of it. So I think that's excellent. Bug says, isn't Warner Brothers selling DC? Warner Brothers is not selling DC. I don't know what's happening with Warner Brothers games, to be fair with you, but I don't see them selling. I would be surprised if they sold Warner Brothers games as well. Let's just see. I think David Zaslav sounds like a pretty smart guy, and I don't think he's going to take over Warner Brothers and sell off its biggest assets. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so I think this is fantastic. I'm very happy for Robert Pattinson. I think that he is not only doing a great job managing his career, but I think he has a wonderful team representing him. They're doing a very, very nice job. Can you imagine that this guy went from sparkly vampire in Twilight to fan favorite in Batman and doing other things? He really did follow the Leonardo DiCaprio route, and I think he's doing it quite well. That's really amazing. So that means an Oscar is probably somewhere in his future. I think it's fantastic. All right, so that's the first story of the day. Hey, John, I'm glad you made it. All right, so And actually, Leonardo DiCaprio is not that successful a producer. So maybe Robert Pattinson could surpass him there. All right, so story number 2. Boop. All right, now Universal. Kristen Stewart, by the way, Kal-El. Kristen Stewart's done pretty well. You know, I think she's in the new Princess Diana movie. I think she's doing okay. She's not doing as well as Robert Pattinson, but I don't think she's been as smart in the projects that she's choosing. All right, so The Boss Baby 2. So Universal, of course, was one of the people who were the big game changers at the beginning of the pandemic. They put Trolls World Tour straight to PVOD before anyone else. And then they did the 17-day window deal, as you might recall, with AMC, and then all the other theaters signed on. But it looks like they're going to finally blink and send one of their movies to their streaming service day and date with a theatrical release. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's probably okay with theaters. So The Boss Baby 2, which was originally going to come out September 17th, is now going to come out for the 4th of July weekend, hitting both theaters and Peacock. And I think that Paramount Plus not only has movies hitting there 45 days later, but for instance, Infinite with Mark Wahlberg, directed by Antoine Fuqua, is going to go there immediately. I think Peacock's like, we don't have enough content on our site to get people to sign up. Probably also after this Discovery Warner Brothers deal, Peacock's like really feeling they're left out of they're in the lurch there. They're like, we got to get some more stuff. So this is going to be a day and date release, the first that Universal has done. Now you might be like, maybe theaters will be like, what are you doing? But Universal is like the only one populating the 4th of July holiday. So I think that if they stick one movie on streaming, the theaters aren't going to be upset. So July 2nd, only The Forever Purge comes out for that holiday weekend, which is also a Universal movie, by the way. Minions was supposed to be in this spot, but it's been moved. So that's also Universal. So they're putting another family film back in here. And then the only competition they have that weekend that's big is really the Tomorrow War over on Amazon, which could be pretty big, but that's not going in theaters. And then Fast 9, also from Universal, will be held over from June 25th. So Universal is like, maybe there's like too much stuff around the 4th of July holiday, but I think that this is a very smart idea. I think the Peacock is something, the Boss Baby is actually a pretty successful animated series. I think it's on Netflix, right? Everything's all over the place. It's nuts. But I think that this is a good thing to put on streaming, and I think Universal is certainly doing enough for theaters with F9 and The Forever Purge. And Peacock just has to get back on board. Oh, that's right. When's Peter Rabbit 2 coming out again? I think that's earlier in June. I think Peter Rabbit 2 missed its window. It should have come out around Easter. I think that was absolutely ridiculous, and it's just taken so long. James likes Peacock. Who here watches Peacock? I have Peacock, the free version with ads, but I've never watched it. I think I watched one episode of Saved by the Bell, and I was like, eh. Oh, it's June 18th, opposite Luca on Disney Plus, and Fatherhood with Kevin Hart on Netflix. Oh, Dancing Dog 60 has it. Lloyd Lester. Mika's like, hell no. That's pretty funny. Brett also has it and does not use it. Oh, Patrick has the ad-free. Way to step up there. So I think this is interesting. I think Peacock's going to have to get more content like this if they want to remain competitive. And I still hold out hope that they'll buy up 71% of this new Warner Brothers Discovery company so that we can get Universal combined with Warner Brothers, which I think is the holy grail. By the way, a number of people online are like, it's not Warner Brothers stock. Here's the thing. I'm getting pretty annoyed about hearing that. A lot of the people who own Warner Brothers stock are the people who made the deal. So it might not be on AT&T's books anymore, but it is a substantial financial benefit to those people if and when it sells this new company. For instance, John Stankey not only owns a large number of AT&T stock to begin with, but right before this deal went through or right afterwards, and I feel this is somewhat sketchy, but he bought $1 million extra of stock. So it was said in the New York Times that John Stankey intentionally positioned the company and the new stock to be very attractive to a takeover bid. So he's going to make money over this, like, hand over fist. So he's doing very well. All right, so that is the second story of the day. All right, hold on. Let's go. We got one more. Hold on, and then we can do Ask Me Anything You Like. Boom, baby. Third story of the day. That's such a funny picture of that Uber CEO. All right, so Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's not gone. He's still around. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, of course, fan favorite. He used to work all the time, but then he kind of fell away. He's a dad now. He's still trying to work, but I think that he's having trouble transitioning from playing younger characters to adult characters, particularly because he still looks a lot like a child. Michael J. Fox had trouble transitioning. Of course, Macaulay Culkin famously or infamously did as well. So it's a little hard. It's a little hard to try and... Yeah, that's right, Mika. He was almost Robin. Hey, Jay Perez. Thanks for joining. So he was in the trial of the Chicago 7 in a smaller role, but I thought he was wonderful there. I thought he did a really, really good job. So I think that he could have a future if he does a good job. So he found an interesting project. So Showtime is creating a new anthology series from the creators of Billions. I still watch Billions. So my business viewing of dramas went from Suits. It was Suits. Yeah, Suits. I haven't watched Suits in a long time. I think it's off the air now. Suits, which gave us Meghan Markle. So I used to love Suits. Then I discovered Billions, and I was like, Suits is for babies. And then I discovered Succession, and I was like, now Billions is for babies. But I still watch Billions. So Billions is on Showtime. It's a fabulous show. It's also from Aaron Sorkin's son, by the way, but he's not involved in this. Yeah, Suits is about lawyers, but I just like business discussion shows. I think they're a lot of fun. I basically like Tony Stark characters. So anyway, I'm glad everybody else loves Succession. It is such a good show. So anyway, these guys have created a new show for Showtime, which is similar to Billions, where it's an anthology show which highlights real-life disruptors in the business sector that have not only changed their businesses, their industries, but culture. Which is really fantastic. You know the Genius show on National Geographic, which did Albert Einstein, then Picasso, and then Aretha Franklin, and it was never as good as the first Einstein version, but still that's what it does. This is kind of like that, but for business. And I think that's really good. I would love to watch that. So the first season is going to focus on Uber CEO Travis Kalanick, and that's him right there. And he certainly was a disruptor. He completely ruined the taxi business. I feel that the taxi business took their monopoly for granted, but at the same time, I also feel very bad about what's happened to the devaluing of medallions and, so the rash of suicides that have plagued the industry, which I think is absolutely tragic. Hey, Alex Catalina. So Uber is a big deal. And of course, some of you are saying you prefer Lyft. Lyft, of course, came on the scene as well. But, this is, rideshare was spearheaded by Uber, so it's a very big deal. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to play Travis Kalanick. And what's interesting about Kalanick is that he not only changed this business, but then he was eventually fired for sexual harassment and creating a toxic workplace. It's basically the Wolf of Wall Street, but where it's not portrayed as fun. So that'll be interesting to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt play that kind of role too. He's a little bit like, speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, his role in Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio did a lot of crazy stuff in that movie, but he's Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if I could see Joseph Gordon-Levitt doing weird stuff like that. I'm like, but not my baby boy. That's how I would feel about Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But maybe if he wants to be an adult actor, I guess this is the way to go. Ryan, this is going to be a series. It's going to be a different person they focus on each season. And the first season will be Travis Kalanick, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So I think this sounds really interesting. I think very, very, very interesting. I think this is going to be good. I will definitely watch that. All right, so those are the three stories of the day. It's 6:11. You can ask me anything you like until it's 6:12, until 6:22. Britt's like, I got to see a trailer. One, Ellen DeGeneres did not sexually abuse anyone, but people on her staff did. Someone someday is going to make a show about that. And I think Ellen DeGeneres just has to make her peace with that and hope that she comes out at least just being obtuse. Dancing Dog 60 says Kevin Spacey is back. I don't really think he is back. I mean, someone is trying to make waves by hiring him, but I can't imagine anyone supporting a Kevin Spacey project. So it's not only is it clickbait, but it's, that the project itself is like clickbait. Kyle says, where is the merch? The merch is coming. I just approved, we've been making sure it looks great. I think, I just approved some of the visuals today, and now we're just finalizing how it's going to look on some of the merch when it launches. So I'm very excited. We're going to have a good time. Juan says, thoughts on the Jesse Plemons and Elizabeth Olsen HBO Max show. I shall watch anything with Jesse Plemons or Elizabeth Olsen, so the two of them together, I shall certainly watch. Sufjan27 says, do you prefer Mayor of Easttown or The Undoing? That's interesting. You know what's funny about both of those? Richie Rich has the same question. I think that both of them are probably not the greatest mysteries and are kind of obvious, but they create such wonderful worlds and have such interesting characters. I really love watching them every Sunday night. HBO owns Sunday night, and that's pretty incredible. Ivan Sarmiento says, when can we expect a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? I said it was going to be, I heard that it was like June. So I think you'll probably get it for, at this point, either June, July, I heard. Early, June or early July. I think you'll either get it with F9 on the 25th, or you'll get it for Black Widow. Especially now that Eternals is on the board. So it's cleared the way for Spider-Man. John, the Cruella embargo lifts on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Raphael, Angelina Jolie's Thena should be in love with the Deviant if they were following the recent comics, but clearly they are not. Brett says, do you think Eternals will get Oscar noms? I mean, we have to see the movie. I think with Chloe Zhao's background and her Oscar wins already, there's a chance it could get in the technical categories like cinematography and stuff like that, maybe score, stuff like that. I think that, and many films have been able to do well in those categories that are genre films. So I think that's where I see it right now. Hocus Pocus, I'm not watching Hacks right now, but it is on my to-do list. Right now I'm watching Love, Victor Season 2, and I'm zooming through it. So much drama, but I'm having a great time. That embargo lifts June 2nd. The Sweet Tooth embargo is also on Wednesday for the June 4th show, and I believe those are the upcoming review embargoes I can share. Spying Mentor says, any reviews this week? Yes, I will be reviewing Cruella. I will be doing a spoiler review of Cruella. I will be reviewing Sweet Tooth. I might review this movie Blue Miracle for Netflix. I'm not sure. And that's what I'm planning to review right now. I did not watch any Eurovision, but I was impressed that it trended. That's the first time I've ever seen it trend in the United States. No, Terry, Star Wars is pretty quiet except for the TV shows. And I don't even know what's going on with Taika Waititi and his threesome down on Thor: Love and Thunder. Richie Rich says, why is Icarus' human girlfriend from the comics not in Eternals? I think it's pretty clear they're not following the comics at all. Brett D says, when do you think The Little Mermaid will be released? I just want to see a first look, but they are filming right now on closed sets, which is why we haven't had any leaks. But hopefully they'll reveal a first look soon. Maybe after Cruella is done, they can focus on the next one. Dancing Dog 60, yes, Disney's still doing an Alien series for Hulu. I'm very excited about it. Carter James, Dave Filoni actually wasn't promoted at Lucasfilm. People just saw that listed on the website, but in fact, he's had that position for quite a while. So it's not a story, which is why I didn't cover it. But I appreciate you asking me. Media Lover 191 says, are you excited for Halloween Kills? I am excited. I like those movies. At first, I thought you were just asking about Halloween. I am excited. I think the first movie was a lot of fun. Anything that's an event is, I think, a good time. So I'm looking forward to that. Josh, I'm not going to do a Bad Batch. Is Bad Batch worth watching? You know, I forgot to watch Friday's episode. And then I saw something on Facebook when I was posting my latest video that said Fennec Shand from The Mandalorian appeared on this week's episode. And I was like, holy crap, no one even talked about it. So the Bad Batch, I would be surprised if they greenlit any more Star Wars animation. I mean, maybe they will, but maybe it's like not expensive, so they'll do it. But I would think they would focus on the live action shows. I mean, it's taking up. Sharon really loves it, so I feel bad. Sharon's like, "It's so good, you gotta watch it," and I'm like, I feel bad. I mean, I just think that. There's Sharon reacting. That's funny. I feel bad, but I just feel like it's not moving the needle enough. They have too much other stuff that they need to do. Night Owl, did Doom Patrol Season 3 get a release date? I'll have to look that up as soon as I get off this live stream and put it on my calendar. I love Doom Patrol. Juan says, did you see that the CW is repiloting Powerpuff Girls? I did. I think that's good. I mean, I'm glad they're not throwing it away, but it must have been pretty awful for them to feel they need to totally retool it. Although based on the on-set photos, it looked really cheaply done to me, so I'm not totally shocked. Caleb Griffin says, Anya Taylor-Joy's Spanish was great. I had no idea she was bilingual. Yeah, she said Spanish is actually her native language. It's her preferred language. I thought she was great. I thought SNL was medium, but I have to say, I always enjoy Weekend Update, and I thought the sketch about the men and women's teams doing the prototypes for men and women, in heaven was funny, very funny. But I thought Anya Taylor-Joy, even when she wasn't funny on the show, she at least was super committed, and I really appreciated that. And so I thought she did a really nice job. Chico, I'm not sure we're going to get our first look at Peter Pan, Wendy, and Tinkerbell either. They must be really keeping those guys offset too, because we did, of course, get a sneak peek at Captain Hook. Hopefully soon. Maybe they'll have another when is D23 supposed to be? They have another DC fandom coming up. Maybe Disney will do another event, and they'll, they had that Investor Day thing that they did in late December, which was so cool. Maybe they'll have another digital event like that and show us a lot of really great first looks. Oh, D23 is next year? I don't know. That's taking too long. I think the D23 might be next year, but they'll have an event before that. They can't wait that long to promote anything. Harlequin Dove says, I see a lot of people are defending Wednesday being Latina as her father is Gomez. His name is Gomez. So happy to see that. I'm very happy to see that too. I think, you can't, once someone makes that argument, I think it's done. Mic drop. I mean, I think that's like fantastic. Gary, Loki starts on June 9th. So it's right around the corner. Disney has so much stuff dropping. So they're getting ready for publicity and junkets. But just think about what Disney's going through right now. They have Cruella, then they have Loki, and then they have also Luca right around the corner. I mean, this stuff is just back to back because it's the same office that handles all the different things. So it's crazy over there. But I'm sure it's very exciting for them too. I know Loki is very soon, Josh. I got to tell you, I'm scared to do 3 a.m. watch-alongs on a Wednesday. I don't know what that's going to do to my week. Like, I could do Friday and then I could recover on the weekend. Like, I have Saturdays off. That's the one day I take off every week, unless something comes up. So that was made it pretty easy. Although it was going to be difficult with movies coming out. Although for me, it's not so bad because I review movies far before they actually come out. So I'm not my spoiler review will drop right around then, but it's not too bad. But like, what's that going to do to my Tuesday night? What's that going to do to my Thursday? I mean, I guess it's comic book day. So, and then also, what's it going to do for any other stories that might come out that day? How am I going to change up our streaming schedule? I mean, I might go back to a Sunday stream before Movie Math, maybe. And maybe that'll make Movie Math happen at a better time. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe when Loki starts, because I'm supposed to do 3 streams a week. So maybe I'll do, would you guys like that? Maybe if I did a Sunday stream before Movie Math, and then Mondays and Tuesdays. Maybe I'll do that. What do you guys think? Also, by the way, I think Loki is going to have so many spoilers in it. I mean, if you don't watch it, like when it starts, I think you're going to really, really, really miss a lot of stuff. I told you that they're going to have different versions of not just Loki, but Thor. So you're going to miss that. It's going to be horrible for you. Oh, I'm glad you guys like bringing back Sunday. Oh, that's great. So maybe I'll do that. And then also, if I do it to 10 a.m. on Sundays, Movie Math will go up earlier. Because, I got to tell you, on Sunday mornings, I'm playing around. I'm having a nice time. And that's why Movie Math has been going up so late, like at around 6 or 7. Although, I had some other stuff come up yesterday as well. So that's tough. But if I do a live stream, that'll force move. And also, I'll get done with my day earlier so I can go out on Sunday afternoon. So maybe this is what I'll do. I like this plan. I like it a lot. Night Owl says, I'm about to get a chocolate-covered cone from McDonald's. Oh, look at you rubbing it in all our faces. John says, breakdown Thursdays morning. No, I'll be breaking that down on Wednesday. Are you kidding me? I'm going to watch it at 3 a.m. and then I'm going to break it down immediately. That makes my Wednesday nuts. Isaac, your little emojis are adorable. Oh my goodness, it's 6:24. You guys are so much fun, I went over. All right, so just tell me what you're doing so I can just give you a shout out. Just give me something to interact with. What are you eating? Where are you? What have you been up to? Daniel's making rigatoni pasta. Ooh, I have some rigatoni in my house. Alex Catalina says, Grace, I just celebrated my 21st birthday, decided to gift myself a BTT subscription. Oh, Alex, that means so much. I'm so happy that I get to be part of your birthday. Welcome. That's so great. So Alex Catalina, everybody wish him a happy birthday and welcome him to the group. I'm very happy. Brendan is eating pizza and breadsticks. Delicious. Carter James says, I got my wisdom teeth out this week. Oh, I hope you're okay. Spying Mentor 087 is also eating McDonald's. I might get some McDonald's maybe in early June. That's my plan. I haven't had McDonald's in over a year. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm getting chicken nuggets for sure with ranch sauce and some chocolate chip cookies and maybe a milkshake. I'm going to go crazy. Hocus Pocus is enjoying some apricot kugel made by a friend's booby. That's so great. Wow, Hocus Pocus, you really painted a picture. I love it. Bug's like, do a McDonald's reaction video. That's pretty funny. Just Josh? You don't like a McDonald's? Dancing Dog 60 is warming up leftover Chinese food. Bence Virag is in bed, ready to get to sleep as usual and hungry. Thank you for staying up with me. Tabitha likes the Oreo McFlurry. I have a friend who swears by the Oreo McFlurry. I don't like McFlurries, but I'm not a big ice cream fan, to be honest with you. I do like gelato, but I'm not a big ice cream fan unless it has stuff in it. Chad Parker. Oh, Chad. Hey, CJ, you're at the gym. Mick Cleary says, nearly bedtime in Dublin, Ireland. Good night, sweet dreams. Passive Aggressive is eating spaghetti bolognese in the UK. That's a great name. I think I've seen that name before. Let's see here. Lloyd says, I've never had McDonald's. I don't believe that. Really? Juan says, McDonald's in Argentina is awful. Oh, that's sad. Oh, look, John just got his first shot of the vaccine in Brazil. I'm so happy for you, too. Congratulations. Just Josh says he can stand the crispy chicken. All right, I'll take that. Marduk is eating pastries in bed. I love it. While Newswriter 22 is eating leftover pizza on Victoria Day here in Canada. Happy Victoria Day. I don't even know what that is, but congratulations. Let's see here. Ivan says, I am starting my free week until I start a new job next week. Oh, that's great. Enjoy, party. Night Owl says, I love Cherry Garcia ice cream. I do like Cherry Garcia, but I still, I don't eat a lot of ice cream. I like Cherry Garcia frozen yogurt. I really tried to mostly give up dairy, to be honest with you. And I've been very successful with that. I mean, I'll occasionally have some dairy. I mean, it's not like I'm religious about it, but I try not to have any dairy. Jason says, hi, Grace, about to rewatch Wolverine and the X-Men in San Francisco. Oh, that sounds excellent. Oh, Grolix, I can't make Movie Math a live stream. It wouldn't have enough graphics. Other people do their stuff live. I understand they record their stuff live, but I wouldn't be able to layer in any of the graphics that I do if I did that. And I think that that's just not for me. Everybody makes content the way they want to, and, I'm not a fan of that. Emilio says, in Lima, Peru, where we just had our first thunderstorm in a century. Wow, that's a long time. Lloyd Lester says, Ghirardelli all the way. I do enjoy the Chrissy Fields cookie sundae from Ghirardelli. If I'm going to have some ice cream, I would enjoy that. Braxton Lane says, coming to you from Alabama. I love that. I like the way you phrase that. Thanks, Michael McCanus. I'm glad you feel that way. Chico says, considering ordering a burger with onion rings and an Oreo mug for dinner. What's an Oreo mug? Is it a mug made out of Oreos? Richie Rich is eating toast in bed in Nigeria. Oh, that's great. I love toast. Toast is delicious. Toast with a little bit of butter on it. So good. Terry, I'm glad you had a fun time today. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for another stream. We have a full week ahead of us. And then, of course, it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm very excited. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your afternoon, and I will see you soon. And tomorrow, remember, a lot of trailers tomorrow. Okay, bye. Oh, Sabian, I'm glad you just made it. It's good to see you, Sabian. Okay, everybody, bye. Bye. Toodles.